Hi guys! Hordes of aggressive migrants from Iraq and Syria are trying to cross the Polish border from the Belarus side. They don't want to stay in Poland, but they want to go to Germany. How did these people come to Belarus at the first place? The Middle East is really far away, and it's not really the closest way you can walk from there to Europe. Basically, you have a crazy Belarusian dictator Lukashenko who is really unhappy about the recent European Union sanctions, and he decided to troll the EU. This guy decided to expand tourism industry of Belarus and legally allowed all people from Syria, Iraq and pretty much any other country to receive a tourist visa to Belarus and come to beautiful Belarus on tour. Nothing is illegal here. Sightseeing also includes the famous border with Poland, which tourists can cross illegally and walk to the paradise on earth, Germany, where they don't have to work anymore, they can just live their happy lives sponsored by Germans taxpayers. These tourists were also advised to bring some children, preferably unborn one, because this can expedite to get your legal documents when you're in Germany, and also it will increase the amount of money you can get from German government. The cost of such trip to Belarus is 2,500 per person. If you have a big family, it's a little bit expensive, but it's definitely worth it. Well, the problem is that Poland is a right-wing country and they hate illegal immigrants and they will protect the border at all cost. In the same time, Poland really enjoys legal immigration. I used to study in Poland and one of my dormitory roommates was actually from Iraq and now he is a professor at the University of Warsaw. There are a bunch of people from Ukraine, Belarus, Vietnam, and recently there are a bunch of people from India who are working at delivery food services. Poland is not really a racist country as media tries to depict it. If you have some kind of a talent, you can easily get a permit and stay there legally. For example, in one of my favorite places in Warsaw for coffee, the barista is from India. He cannot speak really Polish, but he can speak English. He's really passionate about the stuff and he does an excellent job. If you ask these legal migrants why they choose Poland instead of UK or any other country in Europe, they will reply you, although the wages in Poland are lower, but the standard of living is much cheaper, so they can accumulate more money if they work hard. In contrast, these illegal people at the border, they don't want to work. They are not fleeing from any war. They just want to use the Western welfare system. And finally, some of the politicians started to realize that. It was hard to imagine even 1 month ago that some of the politicians would openly admit that these people are terrorists and invaders, but now here we go. Poland just approved to build the wall on the border with Belarus and Lithuania is in the process of doing that. Zero complaint or objections. You know, all these right-wing bloggers cannot bring that bipartisan orthodoxy that migrants are always victims and we have to admit them no matter what, we have to accept their medieval culture no matter what. But now we have cruel Belarusian dictator Lukashenko who made this shift. Isn't it amazing? Now let's look at some footages. If you still think that these are peaceful, nice people, look at this. Aggressive crowds, mostly of men. Would you invite some of them to your home? And by the way, I've just returned from the northern Iraq, maybe like 3 weeks ago, and people there were extremely nice and friendly. And I felt safer than in Paris. And I came there alone with my own car without any security or translator. It's just another country in the Middle East, not too poor, not too rich. The war in Iraq is over and the country surprisingly is on the right track to become a decent nation. Why these people at the border are so different from the experience which I've got over there? Maybe these are criminals or terrorists and they're no longer welcome in Iraq? I don't know. Now another video about food distribution. It's kind of strange that you can afford to buy a trip for 2,500 but then you cannot afford a couple of dollars to feed yourself. And you have to start some kind of fight.
Они могут взять еды. Даже для детей не хватает.
If you think there is a lack of food or something, it's unlikely. You can listen to this man from Ghana who can explain you the real problem. the lack of diversity of food.
Oh, they bring food. I don't know if it's the government or an NGO. I don't know. I have no idea. But they bring food to us. Though the way they share food is not good. The first food they shared, I didn't get. This food they shared, I got only chocolate. It's not that I'm going to eat chocolate tonight. It's not nice. You get it?
This guy is also very clear about why he wanted to live in Germany.
What is your final destination?
My final destination is I want to be in Poland. So if there's no place in Poland, then Germany.
Why?
Like I said, I had a problem in my country, so I want to establish myself in a different country. To start new life there.
To be fair, some Belarusian and Russian propaganda TV, instead of showing us aggressive men, show us children asking for water from the Polish border guards.
Water! Please, buddy! Water!
You can also see pregnant women. You can see some children with statements like "I'm gonna die" or "I'm hungry." Very ugly performance, but why not? Then they even showed a Polish LGBTQ activist crying that Poland is treating migrants in an inhumane way. By the way, does L in LGBT means left now? Anyway, it's a bit unclear what is the goal of Belarusian and Russian government who clearly approve this action of all that human trafficking. The conspiracy here is that Belarus want to create some kind of a little bloody conflict at the border so that Russia can bring all the troops to Belarus and eventually annex it to Russia and make unpopular dictator Lukashenko as a local ruler for life. I personally believe that you should not look for any logic in here. Lukashenko is a crazy dictator who wants to play with European Union and wants Russia to pay for this game. And I think we can see the outcome pretty soon, maybe in a couple of weeks, days or even hours. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe and see you next time. Bye!